It is incredible how our Creator's clean and unclean statutes testify that the inhabitants of the world are dead men walking before his face. This is true of nearly the entire population of the earth. You are dead because you do not have the living water cleansing you. His Son's blood is not atoning for you because you refuse the conditions that he has set forth to have it applied to your transgressions. You refuse him in truth, and you refuse to become as he is. You are clothed in soiled garments instead of being clothed in Yahweh Elohim's robe of righteousness. Those of you in Christianity are clothed in garments that are soiled with make-believe blood and your pseudo-righteousness. And the rest of the world is clothed in garments that are soiled in their own self-righteousness as well, deciding right from wrong for themselves. Only a small flock has girded themselves in Yahweh Elohim's righteousness in the nearly 6,000 years since he put man in the garden. Yahweh told Adam the rules. One of the rules was what tree he was to not eat from. In Genesis 2, verse 16, and Yahweh Elohim commanded the man, saying, "You can freely eat of every tree in the garden, but you shall not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, because the day that you eat from it, dying you will die." Chapter 3, verse 22 shows that the fruit of this tree is choosing right from wrong for ourselves by not hearkening to Yahweh's instructions. Rebellion to his word is the mark of the beast. Adam and Eve did not die that day. They were sent out from the garden to die, to live a life dying. They were cast out from the garden and shut off from Yahweh Elohim's spirit that the tree of life represents. He even clothed them like he does the grass of the field, yet they were shut off from the garden, which is symbolic of being shut off from eternal life when we rebel against him. He sent them out to populate the world so that he could call out and build his family from their loins. He knew they would rebel. He put Satan and his cronies here to be a part of the testing of us and proving of us. We are here in the flesh to be refined and purified in order to become as he is. All else will die, will be burnt up. His word says so. Yet he has let those of you who reject him go off to be like zombies and walk the earth clothed in your burial robes. He has let you continue to walk here on earth because he was calling out his first fruits from your midst, those who would hearken to him. All of this was by his perfect design, and his word testifies to all of it, but you do not know this because you have rejected knowledge. Therefore, he says he's going to reject you. You would not hearken to his word so that you could have learned his righteousness. He has sent mankind so many warnings as part of calling man to him, but most of you have not hearkened to his warning cries. This is because you have not wanted his righteousness, so you made up and believed into other images of him. You did this so that you could hide behind these images of him, so that you did not have to fear not being found in his favor. And you could justify going off and living your life as you seem fit, choosing right from wrong for yourselves. You chose to have your eyes blinded and to walk naked before him. You think that your burial cloth covers you, but it does not. It's filthy garments to him. His word tells us why he spared Noah in the flood. He said in Genesis 6:9, Noah was a just man and was perfect or without blemish in his generation, and Noah walked with Elohim. He is saying that Noah walked without blemish before his face. He commands us to walk before him in this manner. In the previous verse, he said that Noah found favor in Yahweh's eyes. This is why he was delivered. Of course, we're not perfect instantaneously, nor was Noah or David or anyone else who has become his family, but desiring to be so must be our focus. We must hunger and thirst to become as he created us to become. This is the mindset that he is searching for, that he is building his family with. This is the mindset that that his temple was built with. It is those who desire his righteousness and loathe that which opposes it, who he can shape and mold to become as he is. He sends those who do not want his righteousness off to live their 70 doing their own thing, which is to walk this world in burial cloth like zombies before him. The word without blemish is the Hebrew word, Strong's number 8549, tamim. It comes from the word number 85:52, which means completed or consumed. It says the definition is entire, literally or figuratively or morally, and also as a noun, integrity and truth. The King James translated it in different places as without blemish or complete or full or perfect or sincerely or sincerity, sound, without spot, undefiled, upright or uprightly, and whole. We have to walk completely in truth, or walk letting our lives be consumed to be His desire. Yeshua plainly said that only those who do His Father's desire will be in His kingdom. In John 3:21, He said that those who do truth come to the light. He said that the truth is His Father's word. We have to do His Father's word. Do you think that our Elohim has changed since the days of Noah? He has not changed because He does not change. His righteousness endures forever. He did not suddenly stop requiring us to walk perfectly before His face. Even His Son commanded us to be perfect in the same manner that His Father is perfect. He also said in Matthew 24, because just as the days of Noah were, likewise will the coming of the Son of Man be. Because like in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And they did not know until the flood came and took them all away. And in like manner will the coming of the Son of Man be. Noah warned the people, but they would not hear. They kept their heads buried in the sand. He is going to come upon you like a thief in the night, but only because His word has no place in your rebellious hearts. If it did, you would know that it testifies that He has sent me, and you would hearken. Why has He even sent me if you will not listen? It is because He has always risen up His prophets up early to warn the people, to warn His people. He has sent His prophets ahead of time to warn them, but nearly all have not hearkened to them, and nothing has changed. Matter of fact, they killed them and stoned them and such, and that hasn't changed either, because that's what's going to happen to me. That's what you'll do to me. Also, He has sent me because His word says that He is going to deliver 3.33% of you from the scattered nations of Israel, and He will deliver a people who are not of these descendants, who are from other nations as well. Outside of the descendants of Israel, some nations might be completely erased like in the flood. Others might completely repent like Nineveh did. But of the stiff-necked, rebellious house of Israel, only 3.33% of you are going to repent, because His word testifies to this. It shows your rebellious, stiff-necked, stubborn, uncircumcised hearts. And the ark door has already closed on 2/3 of you zombies. I have been sent to cry out to you, out to the 3.33%, or those who will become the 3.33%, to take off your rotten burial cloth and clothe yourself in His robe of righteousness. But nearly all of you who have heard are not hearkening to this cry. What is it going to take? How much calamity will need to be heaped upon you just to get you to obey Yahweh Elohim's voice? The really crazy thing is the world loves their burial cloth. You can't even see how it's a stench. Most of you love being a stench in our Creator's nose. You love your own brand of righteousness, and you stand before His face in arrogance and tell Him how it is. Tell Him how you'll serve Him and win, and what you'll hearken to. You have no shame of your nakedness before Him. And dying, you are dying. It is just that you are already dressed for your funeral ahead of time. In any case, you will no longer be dead man walking, because you will no longer be walking before Him. He is going to purge you out, and your burial cloth will be where all soiled rags should be, burnt up along with you in them, all because you would not hearken to Him. Thus saith Yahweh Elohim.